Hi YouTube, it's Catherine Michelle. Today we're going to go over the BCA Lab Report on the Latent Prints. As you can see, this is the one that was taken from the notepad, and they went ahead and, I guess, took samples or copied pages from every single page left in the notebook. They don't state how many pages were originally in there. You know how most notebooks will say 80 pages, and so don't know. Not sure where the writing occurred within the notepad, again, and where did it fall. However, we're going to go over the lab's results of these latent prints, and I'm also going to be referencing laboratory number S15-00662, report number 2, page 7 of 11, if you would like to go look that one up. And that is also, I believe, the BCA report. Yes, that would also be from the Bureau of Criminal Apprehension. Okay, so this one is a little confusing for me because I don't have a lot of experience or much information or whatever relating to latent prints. So this took some going over again and again for me, rereading, going back and forth, and cross-referencing what they were talking about. And I'm not going to say with 100% certainty I still understand it all. But we will start with, we're going to start with here, and then we'll go back and reference where they're picking up at the beginning. It says an examination of items 1A and 1B reveal 3 latent prints that are suitable for comparison. Now, 1A and 1B, when you look at the report, that will be the pistol and then the magazine. And right now that's what they're talking about. And they're saying that they have samples that are suitable for comparison. The latent prints were recovered from the following items. 1A, 1 latent palm print designated as LP1A-1. Item 1B, 1 latent fingerprint designated as LP1B-2. And then it says item 54. And when you look at item 54 in their report, it simply states that item 54 is a CD disk that contains multiple images. Now they do not state which image they're referencing in here. They just simply say 1 latent palm print designated as LP54-1. So I'm going to assume that off that disk, item number 54, they found one that they found was suitable, but again, they're not telling us which image or anything like that. The next is a limited examination of latent prints in apparent blood from items 41, 41A, and 41A-1 through 41A-59, all originally submitted as item 41, revealed 2 latent prints that are suitable for comparison. Specifically, the latent prints recovered from the following items. Item 41A-30, 1 latent impression, could be from a finger or palm, designated as LP41A-30-1, and item 41A-31, 1 latent fingerprint designated as LP41A-31-1. And I will show you from their report that is referencing the pages from 2 single pages from the report. There we go. Now it says LP1B-2 and LP54-1, and that would be, let me get that for you, B-2 and 54-1. That's a palm print and a fingerprint. The fingerprint is from the magazine, and the palm print, I'm not sure if they really state where those prints come. Again, it just says a disk containing 25 NEF images. But that's all we know, or that's all I've found so far. Now, those 2 prints were searched in the Midwest Automated Fingerprint Identification Network database, and no suitable candidate was generated. So I found that interesting. They have 2 prints that they can't associate with anybody in the house. And they seem, not they, the lab. Now the lab, from what I can tell in every report I've been reading from the lab themselves, is they have been pretty thorough. When I refer to they, I mean, it seems as though, to me, the police have not and did not follow up on a lot of this information. To me, this should have been like, you know, a huge red flag. You've got prints that don't show up in a database, and they have the fingerprints available from the victims inside. So obviously they don't match them, and then they're not in a database. You know, you figure it out, and I think you can. And then we go on to latent prints. LP1B-2, which is, again, that's from the fingerprint from the magazine. Now, mind you, right above that, it states that they were searched in their network and nothing was found. And up above, it says that they have, everything states that these prints that they're talking about in this report are suitable for comparison, and that they revealed 3 latent prints suitable for comparison. Now we jump back down further under latent reports, and it says LP1B-2 inconclusive to Crowley due to limited quality and quantity of information in the latent print. Now, if they have limited information, how does that make it suitable for comparison? And this is where I got really confused, because they did this with LP41A30-1. So let's do that again. LP41A30-1. Inconclusive to Crowley due to the limited quality and quantity of the information in the latent known print. And that one is the latent print from the page in the notebook. Now, when I'm reading, this is where I'm going to reference the other report number 2. It says the magazine from item 1, also with apparent blood on it, included apparent ridge detail. So they can see ridge detail. It was observed to be, the magazine was observed to be in the pistol and loaded with less than 4 cartridges. A cartridge was also observed in the chamber. So, in their report, the fingerprint and blood on the magazine, they could see ridge detail. On here, at the beginning, it says that that item revealed latent prints that were suitable for comparison. But then when they go down to compare them to David, now it says inconclusive to Crowley due to limited quality and quantity of information. They have 2 areas where they say the quality and quantity is there, and now they're saying it's not there. The one known print that was identified to David was LP41A31-1, identified to the left middle finger of Crowley. And that one was a fingerprint from the page in the notebook. Again, same thing, different page. You had page 30 and page 31. This was from page 31. And then it says, no known palm prints for David Timothy Crowley were submitted or found in the BCA files for comparison to LP1A-1 and LP54-1. Okay, and what do I find interesting about that? Well, if they could identify the left middle finger of David Crowley, we know his right hand is missing. We know his left hand was mummified. Now, rehydrating a mummified hand, tongue-tied here today, it is done with relative, with a lot of success. We'll put it that way. They can do it with a lot of success. When you have a mummified hand, they can rehydrate it and then get those prints, either fingerprints or palm prints, whatever is left. And so they must have done that for the finger. And then I think they did have a fingerprint card too. Maybe that's what they had. Yes, okay, they did have that, so maybe they just used the fingerprint card. And which is item number 49. And that says known fingerprint card from David Timothy Crowley. Now, But they say they have no known palm prints. So if they needed palm prints and the ME and had the body, why didn't they rehydrate the hand and then get that print for the lab? I mean, obviously they couldn't do the right hand, but why not the left? You know, and that's something that I still can't find an answer to. That just doesn't make much sense. Again, a lot of stuff in this case doesn't make sense. So, on this one, wait, there was something else I wanted to point out. Okay, so report number 2 states they have ridge detail, and it was observed, the magazine had observed detail in blood, ridge detail in blood. Which was in the magazine. They took that out. Here it states that the items were suitable for comparison. And then they say down below, oops, we can't compare them because the quality is not good. And then we go back to lab report number 4, and that was the one where we did with the blood. And that was the smoking gun video I did where I showed you that according to those reports that the bullet that killed David was never recovered. And they certainly didn't test it and it wasn't found. So on that report as well, go back and review this one. This is going to be page 4 of 5. And we're going over the blood from the notepad. And on that, and I'm going to revisit this one more time because it says mixture of 2 or more individuals. This is from item 41-2. And 41-2, again, notepad with handwriting on the desk with the parent blood. So that's referring to the same notepad right here. And it states mixture of 2 or more individuals. That's what the blood was. The major DNA profile indicated as female matches Kamal. Major profile does not match David, Timothy, or Rania. Major profile would not be expected to occur more than once among unrelated individuals in the world. Okay, so they have some major profiles. We know that they have Kamal, and then they go on to state that the other major profiles, you wouldn't expect that to occur more than once in an unrelated person in the world population. So that kind of narrows down the field. And I'm not saying who this other individual, related individual was to Kamal, but according to this report, I'm reading as it states. However, who they do rule out is David and Rania are excluded from being contributors to the mixture. So you have a mixture. 2 more individuals, it definitely matches Kamal, and they rule out the vast majority of the population, and then they said, in other words, it's more than likely someone who is related to her. And it says major profile would not be expected to occur more than once among unrelated individuals in the world population. This is why there are so many questions in this case. You know, we have that, the blood on the notepad that we're discussing, where they state in 2 separate reports where they have the actual ridge detail, which are good, and they can compare them. And then later on, when they're trying to compare them and they can't match it to David, so then they put it as inconclusive due to limited quality and quantity of information in the latent print. What is it? Is it suitable or is it not suitable? So if the end result is not matching David, and that's not what, and this is, I'm interjecting here. This is not, you know, God's word. You know, I'm interjecting. My thought process is, if they have the print, they have ridge detail, it's suitable, and it's inconclusive to David, and you have David's print card, then it can't be David's. Because you have his print card, you have information, it doesn't match. Why say inconclusive due to lack of quantity and quality, when you've previously clearly stated the quantity and quality were good? It's got to be one or the other. Now, and then the other 2, the LP1B2-, I'm sorry, I'm jumping ahead of myself. LP1B-2 and LP54-1, when they searched their database and no suitable candidate was found, and you have David Crowley's fingerprint card, and obviously his aren't matching that either, why did not the police get these reports and say, okay, we have blood from people who aren't in that house. We have fingerprints and latent prints from people who are not in that house. We better do a little bit more digging. But instead, they just said David did it. Again, more questions than answers.